Let's get ready to rumble.
What's going on, guys? It's Mighty Dart 13 back again. Welcome back to the Wonderfully Disastrous podcast. Not with Matt this week. He will be back, but obviously there's not been a podcast for about a month, and I've been given a great opportunity here at a studio that I'm not going to say the name of just yet. So we've got some new people on the scene. Person one.
Steph.
We have Steph. Obviously, you know her from the football vlogs.
Ben.
Some fucker who supports Welling.
Hey, Welling.
Fuck off.
We are.
No, you're not. Yeah, so obviously Ben, who was in the football vlog versus Bath, I believe.
Yeah, 4-1, wasn't it? Pew scored 2 goals.
Yep, which you were pissed about.
Yep.
And, of course, we have the absolute fabulous motherfucker. That is...
Dan, the loner.
Oh, Dan, we love you.
Is this how it actually started with me shouting out, let's get ready to rumble? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't really a podcast with a structure. It's just going to be us talking for an hour or so, or a couple of hours or whatever.
And crunching on Doritos.
And eating stuff. But, obviously, last few podcasts, we've had one on ghosts. We've had an introductory episode with me and Matt. So this is going to be very similar. This will just be sort of us. Us as a group is normally quite a laugh anyway, so this is just going to be us talking complete twaddle for however long and just enjoying each other's company, really. But yeah, obviously you know a lot about Steph, but recently you have started a new business venture.
Yes, I have.
So take the floor. Or the mic, I should say. Probably shouldn't take the floor.
No, well, I'll take you anyway, but that's kind of my job. But no, I've recently become a Neil's Yard consultant, so selling Neil's Yard products. And Neil's Yard is basically organic skincare and remedies. So it's really good for you, and I use them daily, and the stuff really works. It's very, very effective, and it's perfect for all skin types, even really sensitive skin. Because that's where most companies go wrong, is they don't think about people who have really sensitive skin. So, yeah.
Quick thing, if you want to go check out Steph's YouTube channel, the link will be in the description. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, we've got the studio today, thanks to Dan and Ben.
You're welcome.
Dan,
Hello.
Tell us about what you do.
I don't really do much. I just kind of sit down and watch Netflix most of the time. I drink a lot, and I daydream and fantasize about random
Twaddle.
And certain YouTubers.
This is going to turn very sexual, isn't it, by the end?
Probably.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that's pretty much all I do for my entire life. I have a podcast.
Yep. So I've just been on Dan and Ben's podcast. So tell us what the podcast is about then, mate.
Well, the title of it is Chats, Games and Other Crap, which essentially we chat, we play some games and we do some other crap. I mean, that's pretty much it.
I'll just point out the podcast is normally... I will apologise in advance for my part in the podcast that comes out on Friday, I believe.
This Friday, yes.
This Friday. Any specific time?
It's at 6 p.m. GMT every time, week in, week out.
Professionalisms.
Only on CBS.
Up next on... We've gone from CBS to HBO. Game of Thrones has been cancelled.
Good.
Yes!
No!
We are the 2% of the people who've never seen it.
Steph has
1%.
1%.
I watch it.
0.5%.
I watch it religiously.
You've got
I
a
do.
on your tip.
I know I've got a Dorito on your tit. You can lick it off later.
Well, that describes all Game of Thrones fans right there. Doritos on tits. Licking it off later.
Well, in the first episode you see tits. So
And
it's
the second one, and the third one.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, because as not like the things with Game of Thrones is right. The storyline. It's not so much people don't just watch it for the sex scenes or for the action. You watch it for the storyline.
Ben will only watch it for the sex scenes.
Well, there's pretty intense sex scenes. I will give them that.
Is there bondage?
It's nice. Yes, there is actually.
Yummy.
There's everything. There's bondage. There's loads of kinky foreplay in there. There's incest in there.
This is probably
there's
not,
actually like an orgy in one of the episodes.
this is
so-
probably not the podcast for your grandmother to be listening to. So
No.
any grannies out there,
We're sorry.
especially mine.
we
Nan.
apologise. And to Steph's nan, who is also
Love you, Nan.
we love you, Nan. Thank
Yeah,
you for
love
looking
you.
after us. Probably turn the podcast off now. Go watch.
Go watch
Go
Game
watch
of Thrones.
Go watch. Go
Coronation
watch
Street.
Gerard Butler. It's fine. He'll make everything okay.
The thing
Bargain
is,
hunt.
the thing is, my nan watches
Cash
it,
in
but
the
she
attic.
kind of like doesn't look when there's like sex scenes, which I kind of understand because it's not just like a sex scene. It's almost like a very intense.
Basically, it's a
thing.
softcore or it's a porn.
Yeah, it's basically soft porn.
Don't fucking sound soft.
Hard.
Anything else to say while you're that close to the microphone?
No.
Because it feels nice on my face.
Baby.
You touched my twalala.
Oh, my
My
ding ding
ding
ding
dong.
dong. Yeah, this again, guys. You know, podcast me ain't going to be too structured. It's just going to be fuck it. Let's have it. Damn, why are you banging the table?
I was trying to move my chair in.
Oh, right.
He touched his swallow.
And then it went ding ding dong.
Da, 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 da.
But yeah, obviously we have another guest. We have Ben. So Ben, tell us about you because all the fans are going to know is that you're a prick of a Welling fan.
Well then.
It's actually you were in the Welling vlog on Boxing Day as well.
Yeah.
When Alfie Pavey scored a fucking hashtag screamer, which I have on video.
This year, I'm also probably going to be in the Dartford end when Welling come down.
Because he has no friends.
I do have friends. They're just.
No, you
They're
don't.
all in the fucking Dartford end.
They're all right here. We hate you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I love him.
Thank you.
Yeah, I googled the words "a prick" on Google Images, and I was expecting to see Ben, but I'm just seeing cactuses. I'm getting that card for Christmas.
Yeah, that's my introduction. I'm Ben. I'm a prick of a Welling fan, apparently. I've
Links
got
in the description.
my links in the description. Apparently.
Do you want me to order one? You can send it to someone that you know.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I am very busy playing FIFA, PES, and Football Manager.
That is a lie.
Bullshit!
Oh, they're €4. You can fuck that one. For a card to the
Probably
prick.
draw
on it.
one and send it to someone.
There you go. Steph, that's your job.
That's being artistic and creative.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Ben. Go on, mate.
Sorry, Ben.
Yeah. My middle name is Michael. I'm 19
You're really stuck for stuff to talk about, aren't you?
years of age.
And I'm an
yeah.
alcoholic.
I do a podcast,
Oh, really?
games, chats, and other crap.
No, it's not. Chance games and other crap. You got it the wrong way around.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm quite proud of myself for not fucking up the intro of this one because it normally takes about 17 takes, as Matt will vouch for.
Is Matt?
Canadian.
Is he one that works at Dartford FC?
No, he's
No,
Canadian.
it's Canadian.
Ben, he lives in Canada.
Oh, hi, Matt from Canada.
Hello.
Guten Tag.
Yeah.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
I wore wigs
Just like in
before,
Kadaska.
and I've spilled red wine in Dan's house.
I spilled red
He
wine in
hasn't.
Dan's house. Yeah, he did. You know, when I went crazy after a radio interview, and then
Yep.
I was making a very elaborate plan around London. Maybe I didn't tell you guys about this.
No, you did. You told
Okay.
me everything.
I was probably drunk.
Yep.
So it was essentially gaffer taped to my carpet, and Ben and I ended up getting drunk and sitting on it.
Oh God.
Well, hang on.
And he
What-
then
hang
knocked
on,
over
whoa,
a glass of red wine that went all over it. That's
gonna
when my
say-
dreams were crushed.
Are we talking bottle or glass trying to sit on?
Only a glass, but it was a full two. I had just filled it up, and it was 250
That
milliliters.
is blasphemy. How dare you spill
dear.
blasphemy? Because how dare you spill alcohol, especially red wine?
I
Red
prefer
wine
white
is like
wine.
the holy grail.
I prefer
of
white
alcohol
wine
to
and
me.
red gin and crack 'em.
I'm drinking rum and red, but
See, I love gin. I have this obsession with gin at the moment, right? Because gin is like, you know, it's like really crispy. That's the only way I can describe it. Like it tastes like really crispy. But pink gin, especially because pink gin has like a very fruity kick to it. So pink gin with tonic is just the best thing at the moment.
If you're listening and you want to come drinking with us, Do it.
You're not allowed. Fuck off. No one likes you.
Unless you're paying.
Unless you're buying around, then fuck it, come along. But yeah, that kind of sets us up for what... Fuck off, man. That kind of sets us up for what this podcast is going to be about. So obviously we've gone out a few times as friends. We've got a hilarious story about Ben's Tinder account, which reminds me, have you got it with you? Because I want to read exactly what we put.
Yes, and I did get a few matches. I got one in Portugal.
Told you.
And then she did
Wow.
not sound English and matched me.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Right, so we'll start off with this story. So it was for one of our friends who we all know who currently... We can't say her name, obviously, because...
Privacy.
Well, yeah, privacy.
The GDPR.
All we can say is best of luck out doing
Yeah,
your
thank
scholarship.
you, the Data and Protection Act of 2018.
Shut up, Dan.
Treated me, you prick.
Well, so yeah, I think I'll lead us all here and just saying best of luck out in America.
Yeah.
Go show us what the Kent people can do.
And tell them to call it football.
Yeah,
Not
not
soccer.
soccer. Because quite frankly, no offense to any
Please
American.
make a protest about
See,
that.
that's wrong. Let's just say UNT behind it. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Exactly. So, do you know what? You can get one of those. Can you still get those mugs from Mankind?
What mugs?
The one that has a C and then...
Yeah, I think so.
Can you?
Yeah. I haven't worked there in ages.
Oh, well, don't matter. Yes, so we'll start off with the Tinder story. Now,
It's going down. I'm
it's yelling Tinder.
Or you got a song called Candy by Camilo, and it sounds like
Camo.
Tinder, Tinder.
I actually learnt to dance to that last night.
Right, well, we can
You
sort that.
electric slide, Dan?
Yes, I can now
We'll
electric
vlog
slide.
that later. Anyway, so it started off
As
with
drinks.
as sort of quiet drinks,
It started off with a couple of lads in the pub.
and it just all of a sudden we've been drinking and having a laugh and sort of just going from there. And then all of a sudden we were talking about, I think Tinder came up in conversation, didn't it?
Yeah.
And me being me, I just looked at Ben and went, "Give me your Tinder." And we read through what he'd put, and I think Steph sums it up best with her initial reaction.
Of...
I think it was along the lines of, "Well, you ain't getting fucking laid with that shit."
No, it wasn't. It was like you're only going to get laid by weirdos with that shit.
Yep. So we decided to improve it in certain ways, and if anyone wants this service, it's £15 with an optional £5 charge for alcohol.
No. It's £15 if they want, if they want it to be changed.
Wait,
but
what
it's
are they paying me?
£30 if they want to get laid.
Wait, what? Ain't no gigolo.
So
We can make you sound like it on Tinder.
this is, excuse the interference.
Aeroplane mode on your phones, everyone.
My phone's already on airplane mode.
I've had
Oh,
nothing
mine's
about
not.
the last few weeks.
Oh,
I actually flew back from Portugal without putting it in airplane mode. Didn't wear my seatbelt once.
Anyway, so Ben's Tinder reads, disc jockey, fan of football. Oh, shit. Message for Facebook and number, lives in Swansea, looking for someone. Huge magic hands that are perfect for playing instruments. Also like to paint your ass green and spank you like a disobedient avocado. Always up for a hashtag lads night out. Hit me up to be your daddy, I'm up for anything and everything. No mufflers on, extra instruments brought to the party. Also have a furries fetish. Always down to be an owner if you play my unmuffled trombone. His job title is music producer for Fake Taxi. And his anthem is, Dan, read the anthem. Make it fucking dramatic.
I think you could read it, thank you.
Do you want me to read
I
it?
don't know how to fucking pronounce the first bit. So.
Yeah, that's why I gave it back to
Literally, I
you.
was like, what the fuck, how the fuck do I say this?
I can say dildo. I've rehearsed that word.
Manganello is not a dildo.
And
But cucumbers are.
so for any ladies listening out there,
Buy a cucumber.
but buy an unmuffled trombone and Ben will come running.
Play it for you.
He'll come and blow that shit for you.
Are we essentially saying that we're endorsing women to go and buy dildos so Bane can suck on dildos?
For anyone wondering, by the way, he did make a meme of himself.
No, I didn't make a meme of myself. My college class made a meme of
Let's have a
me.
look. I want to see
So
that.
basically, Ben will be sending me the meme over, and at this point in the podcast, I will flash it up quick. And we also put a picture of his dog on there. So Ben, tell us, how many matches have you got through our?
I think I got 3. one more in Portugal, but she unmatched me because I couldn't speak Portuguese.
So the only reason that you guys matched it in a way was neither of you can speak the language. So she evidently did not read the bio.
No, she probably translated some bits and bobs.
Can you imagine if she got like her mother or something to translate that?
And her mum was like,
Nope.
no.
I did match
No,
her.
no. She looks about 12, I'm not going to lie.
Okay. I did match her.
Again,
Same person.
I was going to say.
I did match her.
Just pointing out, I can't put these pictures up online
She's
for
Disney.
protective. I know her from somewhere.
She works at Disney store in Bluewater.
That's
All I can say,
Get rid of that.
all I can say,
Wow.
all I can literally say is I'm not being horrible to her,
Nice.
but in one of those photos, Joe, it looks like you know when like little girls get really excited and they do those like psychotic.
So basically, whatever you
Yes,
do when I bring
eyes.
Galaxy over.
Yeah, it's like me with
I do that
chocolate
all
and
the
with
time.
dogs.
Matched her.
What's she got a dick on her head?
It's a pizza.
It's a pizza.
She loves pizza.
See, I couldn't see the picture. It just looked like she had a dick.
She is literally a dickhead.
She got bored and got it straight.
Her bio. Has anybody seen Larry?
That's probably one of the best.
So,
So super like that one.
all right. So, yeah, obviously that's happened, and Ben kind of looked at us like, "What's going on? Is everything okay?"
There's a guy outside. I think he's doing a show at 4.
You got 4? Oh,
Yeah.
No, it's only 5 to 3.
No, we've got 8. We've got time yet.
I'll quickly bring lights down.
So if this audio desk goes into there, he's just going to turn it on like, oh, I wonder what they're talking about. And then we're just going to be shouting out, fucking Tinder.
Get one.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Tinder.
So,
Hashtag Tinder.
hashtag Tinder girls.
I did have that once.
The thing with it was really is like, I think just as a group when we do go out, it's kind of just let's just hit life up and just enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
I think I think the first time I ever we'll start with this one. The first time I met Dan was
Oh, God.
at our mate Lucas's 18th. And Christ, what a riot!
What a weird time to
It
be
really
alive.
was like. I mean, I walked in and was like, "Hi guys, like what's going on?" And I sat next to Dan and his partner of the time, whose name we will not mention.
Because she is...
Don't say it, Dan. I know what you're thinking.
It's the one word we're not allowed to say as well. Continue.
Yeah, so we're doing all that and whatever, and in essence, it kind of. I just plumped myself down next to Dan and his partner and was like.
Opposite. I remember.
Oh, opposite, sorry, yeah. And Dan was sort of looking at me like, who the fuck is this guy? I was looking at Dan like, who the fuck is this guy? And
Yeah, because I mean, like, some jockey-looking guy comes in, I'm like, how the hell does Lucas know this, being Lucas?
Through me, wasn't it?
yeah, like I
Yeah.
literally
Yeah,
it was
met
my
Lucas
party,
for
yeah.
you.
And I'm
'cause I met
assuming
him
that
at
you
your
had
18th.
the same, like, who is this trying to look cool nerd guy?
No, do you know what my initial thought was? Honestly, I was just sat there and was like,
Posh prick.
no, generally,
Oh.
I was like,
So I see myself.
I sat there and was like, to be fair, my man can rock long hair.
Thank you.
And sips Dr. Pepper. Hashtag not sponsored. Yeah, and we were just chatting, and then I think we got a couple of drinks in, and then I was like, fuck it, not sitting here in silence all night. How you doing? Like, properly playing the over-the-top Danny Dyer thing.
Very much.
Like, the thing is I don't mean to do it, but when I'm drinking, I normally tend to come across as, obviously I'm from South East London, so I tend
South East
South East London.
From the south, mate, innit?
London
Apples
town.
and pears on the dog and bone. Yeah, I don't know why I keep doing this. It's like
Rocking from, no one can see what you're doing.
no. That's the good thing. I could be sitting here in my pants right now.
He is.
You would
Whip
never know.
his nay.
He's been whipped,
Whip.
and he has nay-nayed.
Copyright.
Nay, nay. Yeah, I didn't see it. It's only if it's 10 seconds. So
Now watch me whip. Watch me nay-nay.
6 seconds.
Dan,
Now watch me whip. And there
Nine-
you have a copyright strike.
9.99 seconds.
Anyway, and
Watch me.
watch me punch you in the face. So we had the initial thing. So we're sitting there and we're talking, just having a bit of a laugh, wasn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then I think what sealed our friendship is the fact that I needed a piss. And I was just like, look, I don't know this pub. Don't know if it's dodgy or not. Do you mind coming for a piss with me? just as a thing. And he was like,
Can you hold my willy?
fuck off. He was like, yeah, all right then. And then we got talking. Lucas also got offered drugs in the toilet, I believe.
No, they were put into a drink and then he was offered a sip of a drink.
Oh, was it? Oh, I don't know.
Did he take it?
Yeah, of course he took it. It's Lucas. I mean,
Sorry, Lucas.
Sorry,
really?
not
No,
sorry.
no.
I think it's hypocritical. Not
Don't
us.
say that.
I turned him up.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So yeah, but that was a good first night, wasn't it? Like we sort of.
yeah, so by the end of the night, we were bros. And we
pissed.
exchanged numbers.
No, we
he
didn't.
he gave me his number. I gave him my email address.
That
I
didn't
don't
work.
know why.
What about
But-
your MSN and MySpace?
But
Yeah, I gave him my
at the same
MySpace
time,
account.
that was the first time I also met Dan's mum, who is a lovely, lovely woman. So if she listens to this,
Shout out to mum.
shout out, mum.
Hi,
Adopted
Mum. We love you.
Adopted mum.
Thank you for taking us places and buying us drinks. You are a fucking legend.
And allowing us to use your saucepan thingy.
What?
Wok.
That's it.
That's another.
even
funny story.
though we didn't use it, we kind of like brought it and just left
It
it,
was
there.
basically bought as a weapon for me to hit Ben with.
But that food was nice. We are
It was.
our new business
was.
venture, tuna and chicken pasta.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing you can buy.
Yeah.
We should have sent it to Gordon Ramsay and see
Yeah,
what
we
he
all-
came
It
up
would have
with.
slated
He
it.
would have been like, it's fucking soggy.
It's fucking raw.
So the problem that then, of course, at night there was a woman who, I'm not being horrible here, but was in her late 40s to early 50s. And she kept smiling at me, and I kind of panicked a little bit. Now, bear in mind, Steph wasn't here this night, and of all the times I wanted you somewhere, I wanted you there. I literally grabbed Dan's other half, not in a sexual way at all, but I literally grabbed hold of her and pulled her next to me. So, trying to get these cough vibes to sort of leave me alone, because I'm being honest, I'm worse for wear. I really don't need some weirdo following me home on the bus.
Yeah, and you really don't want to be a toy boy.
No, if anything, I'm too hip. For
Honestly, I wouldn't mind it.
I already am your toy boy. What are you on about?
Exactly.
So yeah, and I also helped Dan's mum fix her
The seats.
passenger. Yes,
Yes.
her seats in the back of her Vauxhall Zafira.
Good car that is.
It is.
Yeah,
The thing
it's
was, is
alright.
I was trying very.
It's not a Porsche, but it will do.
All right. Bloody hell.
Not a Corsa, is it?
You know,
course
no,
it's
Dad
short.
doesn't have high standards or anything.
You know, it's not
No,
like he wants
not
to be
at all.
the hashtag legend from Kensington. So yeah,
Chelsea.
Bitch, I am the Kensington.
He was
house.
made in Chelsea.
he's from big up the Kensington Massive.
I am part of the Kensington Nerd Squad. We are a gang. We go round and solve the 4x4 puzzles and write 16 at the end.
Instead of singing the thing goes scra, the thing goes algebra.
It goes algebra. Math.
And a bit of English too. And throw in some ICT. Yeah, so I was trying very hard not to swear in front of Dan's mum. And she went, I don't mind. And in the end, I lost my temper. Fucking stupid piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, and then you guys have been best friends ever since.
She loves my road rage, which is quite funny. Considering I don't drive.
Well, she has road rage.
I know, but I think I've got it worse, to be honest.
Slightly.
He has backseat road rage.
I do. It is backseat. I'm going to kill anything. Oh, hello. Hello.
Something vibrated.
I have a Snapchat from Ben Hopkinson.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Chico.
Cheeky mofo. Screenshot
Send
it.
me that, please.
Is that the cover of the...
No, that's just going in the podcast.
What?
I'll show you later.
Is it a mugshot of me?
No, it's my shot, mate.
I'll send it to you as well. So
Please do. 'Cause
I'll
I want
send
to. I want to put it in his Christmas card.
Right, so, obviously, we've heard enough about me and sort of Dan, how we met. So, Dan and Ben, how did you guys meet?
Lucas.
Actually, before then, we met in college, right here.
Yes.
Because we had a mutual friend who was in childcare a couple floors below. Ben was in radio and I was in television and film, and we just met up and we was like, hey,
Yo.
buddy, yo. And then we hugged and,
Been friends ever since.
well, not really, no. But 6 months later, we then met with Lucas and...
You didn't. Well, you weren't friends with me for 6 months. I was just like, oh, I got a new friend, and he's like, yeah, I don't see you that way. Mate, pal,
pal,
No one
buddy.
says
Acquaintance.
He is
Acquaintance is pushing
emerging
it.
acquaintance.
Whereas me and Dan's are like bros for life.
What?
I could have said host.
Oh, poor Ben.
Yeah.
Ben could be my bro.
cool sis.
Yeah.
Cool, sis.
I'm disowning you.
She's a Wellham fan as
Fine,
well.
you won't get laid.
Fine, Jeez, you can buy your own purple shirt.
Do you know what? I can.
2 fingers.
Well
as
done.
well.
Well done. You've learnt to count to 2.
But you can't count to 10.
No, I can't. Which is awkward because I'm a referee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What's the score? Oh, it's probably 17 or something.
yeah, but you know, generally that happens.
It's 0-0 and it's going to stay 0-0 for the rest of the match
Do you
no
know-
matter who
Can't
scores.
count.
Did I ever tell you I forgot the score during the game once? It was, I think it was something like 22-0. It finished,
Oh my god! Wow.
and it got to about 15, and I genuinely lost count. I had marked them down in my book, but it I got to half time and thrown some water over me because it was like 29 or so degrees, and it smudged it slightly.
Oh.
So I couldn't tell how many goals there was. I was like, oh shit.
Did you have to go to fans? Like, oh, what was
No,
the score?
and yeah, it dried off slightly, and I could see a little bit better afterwards. So sorry. Continuations.
That's pretty much done. Ben was my acquaintance for 6 months, and
6
then
months
Lucas
and then-
reintroduced us, and
Yeah.
we've been colleagues ever since.
Colleagues, I'm your boss, you're my boss.
Yeah, we're both each other's bosses. We both threatened to fire each other, then realised we could also get fired. So, you know, we have shit on each other, so to speak.
Yes.
And that's what binds our friendship.
A lot of tea and a lot of shade.
The fact that they could both send each other to prison. So obviously people know how me and Steph met because we briefly touched on it during our.
Shall we talk
They
about
touched
it?
each other on it. Wow.
Technically, we
Wait.
touched ourselves, but
I touch myself all the time.
So we'll cover how me and Ben met sort of last because I feel it's quite a funny story. Basically, me and Steph met through, well, it was her ex-partner, was one of my friends.
partner, you mean my ex prick.
All right, let's admit.
Oh,
Shots fired.
shout out to the ex-prick.
Shout out to my ex-prick.
This is a
Really
shout
are a
out to
prick.
my ex-prick.
So yeah, we
Because
kind
you
of
really are
I
a
met-
dick.
shut up.
10 seconds.
So I met Steph. Said ex invited me and Ryan to play pool one night, and I met Steph, and I'll be honest,
We must play pool.
we must. I met Steph and was a bit like, well, she's a bit of an arse. My genuine first impression was, I thought, fucking hell, what a banker.
That's what I thought of you.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah.
That generally was his impression
Yeah,
of me.
to
Well, that's what
fair.
me and Grant feel about all the time because, you know, football.
That's why we're friends. Yeah, but it kind of, and then said person and Steph split up. We won't go into why
No, we won't.
because I'm not being funny, but
I don't really want to talk
no,
about
exactly
it either.
for that, and the fact that we've got sort of a certain amount of time left, and I don't really want Steph to go through the ceiling with many bad words. And then I messaged her out of the blue. I did her on Facebook, and I was like, oh, why not? I'll have a chat. Who's squeaking?
Ben, please stop wanking onto the table.
This is radio. It's hidden until you said it.
Continue, Ben.
Yes, and I plan to just call me Ben.
Yeah.
I could have excused it if you'd called me Babe, but Ben is unexcusable.
Continue, babe.
Yeah, so we met up. I swear to God, I'm going to come over there and knock you
My
out.
hands are above the
I
table.
don't care. You're still moving.
Stop moving.
And we went. We
You
sort of
start
were
moving
talking,
to the funky beat.
and just sort of, like we were just chatting. We're like, well, fuck it. Do you want to go out on a date? Because we were getting on quite well at that point.
Very, very well.
And like, we both just picked a random date and was like, sod it, we'll meet up on this day. Now, for those of you who know me personally, will know that I fucking hate Valentine's Day. It's a stupid holiday. I'm sorry, it's pointless. You shouldn't just act out for one day of the year. That should be how you treat your significant other. All
See
the
you
way
next
through.
year.
Yes, like, and we met up, and it was like,
The night before, wasn't it? You kind of went into panic mode because you realised that it was Valentine's
no,
Day.
I didn't actually realise till we were on the date until we were talking about it. No, so we arranged it, and we originally said no presents. Well, I thought, no, it's the first date. I've got to bring presents. I can't show up empty-handed. So I
I
went
have to buy her off because my personality won't do it.
Yeah, exactly. So I walked in to Sainsbury's, I think it was, and there was a gift wrap box of chocolates. And I will not reveal how much they were because I'm a gentleman, but they were gift wrapped. Didn't have to pay for the gift wrapped, but I did.
It was a 5p.
Shut
from
up.
Tesco.
Was it in a reduced section?
No,
Because
it
he
wasn't.
got it from
Full
a
price.
Tesco.
Oh,
Can we play that? That's not copyrighted, is it?
No, it's not copyrighted.
We'll play it.
Oh,
So
God.
send it to me because I'm going to put it at the end of the podcast.
I've got a link.
Have you? Legend.
Damn.
So yeah, and we met up and we really hit it off well. The only downside was Steph. Do you want to explain what happened to the chocolates?
Obviously, because it was just like a random shot in the dark kind of date, because obviously he was really lovely and I really wanted to like get to know him a bit more, and also I didn't want him to just know me as his mate's ex, if that makes sense, kind of thing. So
To be rightfully honest, I'm not someone who judges on it. It's like, put it this way, this person that we met through, I now don't talk to just because I left college and whatever.
yeah, but anyway, so like with the chocolates, I didn't tell my parents that I was going out on a date. I told them I was meeting a friend because I didn't want them to get all like, you know, like ooh about it. So when I took the chocolates home, me and my sister ate them all there and then. There was no questions asked. I was like, yeah, we got to eat these chocolates.
20 minutes left.
Oh, no, I mean, how long have we been recording?
Half hour.
Oh, fuck.
We can overrun. It's fine.
We're
I mean,
under
it's
pressure.
only a live radio station.
Exactly, who cares? So yeah, sorry, Steph.
But no, so yeah, me and my sister had to eat all the chocolates and everything, because obviously I didn't want my parents to know that I went on like a random out the blue date. And obviously the way we kind of initially started talking was very how do I say this, invigorating.
We will leave it at that.
And
I don't really
yeah,
want my certain
Ooh
aspects of my
la
life
la.
splashed all over the tabloids, if you don't mind.
Oh la la.
it was very good though. So
Oh, my hot
we were very good though. But no, like
Hell yeah.
like yeah, I just went in and said to my sister Sophie, I was like, quick, we've got to eat all this. And she was like,
Yeah.
why? I was like, I actually went on a date. The guy's amazing. Now can we just like eat the chocolates and mum doesn't find out?
If I was given chocolates, I wouldn't just ask why. I'd just say cheers
please.
and just eat
Yeah,
it all.
exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is I think me and Steph have been going together for 1 year and 6 months today, actually.
Yeah.
Happy half anniversary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can buy us a bottle of champagne later.
When's the wedding?
Oh god.
Fuck off, Ben.
In the next 2 or 3 years.
Oh, that's cool. That's when I plan to capture my crush. We were going Disneyland.
Capture your crush.
Just don't propose at my wedding. I don't want I don't-
a stalker.
because I literally, right, if anyone proposes to someone at my wedding, I'm going to be so fucked off. I will literally put that at the bottom of the invitation.
'Cause it's all
Do
about
not
her.
propose at my wedding.
Nothing to do with me.
no.
What about if it was the after party?
Even then, I still would not like it. It's not so much that, right? It's more the fact of, right?
What about
it's
the
my
bachelor
wedding.
party? Were you invited
right?
to the bachelor
And I'm
party?
not being.
What happens if someone proposes at your hen do or stag do?
See, I don't mind the hen do. If someone proposes at the hen do or the stag do.
So long as it
that's
isn't to the stripper.
different. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Ben.
Damn it.
But no.
That bitch.
But no, but you know, it's more the fact that someone's wedding day, that's their day. So you don't really want to make the day about you, if that makes sense. So I don't understand people who propose to their like girlfriends and boyfriends at other people's weddings. It's just
It does
like
take the piss
alluding
a bit.
to me. What?
It does take the piss.
It does.
Just for an FYI, we're not necessarily getting married in the next 2 or 3 years. I just want to clarify that strongly.
Although in our plan, that is it would
No,
be
in
2 to
your
3
plan.
years.
I didn't want to get
am I
married till I was
invited?
27. No, we're not having any scum there.
I'll turn up in a Dartford shirt if that's what I have to do.
But the
enough.
thing is, he's the flower girl, and then
Damn, I wanted that job.
And then Dan is the
You can have
page
it.
boy.
Oh,
okay,
Actually, no, Dan is the best man.
tell you what, Dan, no, Dan's gonna be my flower girl.
off, that's my best
can I be a bridesmaid?
If you want to be a
And,
bridesmaid.
and then I will scurry up.
Can
to
I
as
be the
best
organ
man in the
player?
dress.
No.
I can play
No,
EastEnders.
because it goes from da 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 to this is me.
This is real. This is...
No, it goes from Saturday Night Takeaway to This Is Me.
Yeah,
Then John Cena at the end.
Copyright. Copyright.
so I think overall, though, it's, you know, it's not all been sort of straightforward. There's been ups and downs, but I honestly couldn't be happier.
Same.
I mean, what really impressed me was the fact that I said to Steph off the cuff, "Do you want to come football with me?" Never expecting her in a million years to say, "Yeah, sure." And then she went, "Yeah," and then we lost 1-0 to fucking Chelmsford.
Chelmsford.
It was more. It
And
was
she
more,
was blamed.
Yeah, I was. But it was more the fact of the last football game I went to see before going to a football game with you was when I was 4 and I went to see Arsenal play with my dad. Because my dad supports Arsenal, so I do.
Shout
Right?
out, Mike.
So maybe if Steph didn't go to football matches, you might have actually gone up last year.
No, do you know what?
Excuse me?
We actually
What are
won
you
more
trying to
games
say?
last year when Steph was there than we lost, to be fair.
Thank you.
But no, I think obviously leaving the story to all last was how me and Ben met.
Yeah.
I'll let you take the floor on this one, mate.
So, I was walking down the hill from college, and I bumped into a mate of mine who I met at a party, and he was with a girl, and then nothing happened between me and the girl, or at least
At that point.
ever.
Never.
Never ever.
Never, ever.
And then I saw her again outside college, and Grant was talking to her, not in that way,
Just generally as friends.
as friends. And then we were talking, and he goes, "Oh, I asked, do you like football?" And you said, "Yeah, I support." I'm not going to say the word.
Dartford.
Dirtford.
Fuck yourself.
And then I was like, "Oh, right." At that point, I didn't think we'd be friends, but then we kind of just started
Took
chatting, and it all took off. And
That's a real.
yeah, I've been stuck with Grant ever since.
Yep. He had to stand there
I
and,
love that.
and witness Alfie Pavey scoring a last-minute screamer against him last year.
I love how he said he's stuck with you.
If anything, I'm stuck with him. I've been trying to get rid of him for fucking years. He won't fuck off.
We all have.
I see how.
Joking.
It was so mean to
All
him.
joking aside, like Ben, everyone in this room, apart,
Loves Ben.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say is all. We're all, in essence, I don't
Tolerates
see this
Ben.
lot as. Fuck off, Dan. I don't see them as close friends now. I genuinely see it as just an extended family
Family, like I've got Dan, my brother,
from another
all-
mother.
Literally, everyone's my
another
brother
mother.
and sis because you're my adopted mum.
Yeah. The story behind his adoption happened on the same night as the Tinder. Said person's leaving drinks. Said person who's now in America. I rocked up in. I wasn't wearing any club insignia, was I? The only thing I did that was Dartford was my man bag.
I had Welling polo shirt.
Yeah, and Dan's
At Dartford FC.
and Mum turned round and went to him. Well, you're fucking adopted because you're wearing that. At the same time, me and Dan also had a deep conversation next to the football pitch, which was actually the night before the charity match, which went
That was.
well.
So
Just not bitter
Yeah,
or anything.
we were supposed to be DJ and then got told, "Oh, actually, we got a function
They're
upstairs."
not allowed. I played
Yeah.
5 minutes.
I'm proud for you.
I got McDonald's for said person for leaving,
Yes.
and then we had most of the fries.
So then you had to buy some again because everyone ate most of it. She didn't
Yeah,
get
so
any.
on the leaving drinks of said person, we bought 40 nuggets, and said person got 3.
I didn't get any, I'd like to point out, and I was the one who's running around the fucking football pitch. Admittedly, for 5
Well, no,
minutes.
this was on the leaving drinks, and then on the day after, I said, we didn't give you any nuggets, so we got them some, and then she left, and there were some nuggets spare, so we had the rest of the nuggets and fries.
I think this is the thing, though, is like on a real. I think we've we're all from different backgrounds. As Dan said, I rocked up first time he met me, and I looked like this jockey prick who, quite frankly, probably looked like an.
To be honest, you look like a more straighter version than Troy from High School Musical. But imagine Troy from High School Musical,
with a beer gut.
but looked slightly straighter.
With a beer gut.
Although Zac
Yeah.
Efron is hot, can we just
I'm not gonna lie,
appreciate?
He is pretty
He's in a
dreamy.
Great Showman.
He is
No
hot.
one fucking
cares.
But he's so hot though.
He's so dreamy.
I'm throwing it out
So
there.
juicy.
Brendan Drury, though. Just saying.
We're all in
Brendan
this together. Are we not?
It's now or never.
He's got to get his head in the game.
There's no brakes on the brake train.
I've got to get my head somewhere else. What?
Hello.
Okay, everybody shut up now.
So there was a story that wasn't mine that I wanted to say, but A, I can't find it. B, I've just read that the original person who made a parody was fined 770 quid. So I don't think I'll.
For anyone wondering, it was on 8 out of 10 cats, and it was the tiger who came for a pint.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's
Get
pretty
the fuck
good.
out.
I'll send you the link of the actual snippet.
Yeah.
Do you remember the children's book, The Tiger Who Came for Tea?
Never read it.
I do. I used to read it all the time.
It's that, but a more adult version of that book, where he goes to a Weatherspoons instead of for tea.
But no, speaking of children's books, have you seen the adult children's books? So it's children's books
Where the fuck is this podcast?
that are written as if they are for children, but it's actually like adult
I
content.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, they're
So there's
really.
like a cat one, isn't there, or something?
There's a cat one. There's a sex one about how to make a baby, and it's literally about
Have
sex.
you not seen? They sell them in Mankind. Have you seen the fucking Ladybird
Put one
books?
dick in, one dick out.
The
in,
Ladybird
out,
bird.
in,
There
out,
was a
you
Ladybird
could do all
bird
that.
on Husbands. So like, you know how you get these in the 60s through to about 80s or 90s, I think it was. You could get these manuals that were done by.
Sorry.
Oh fuck, what's the company called? But they do like these car manuals. I can't remember who does them. It's really gonna fucking annoy me. Grant, in post editing, put a picture up of the manuals.
Editor?
Editor.
I am my own editor. I am fucking shit at editing. But yeah, sort of. They do these books in Mankind that are just like a guide to how to look after your husband or something, or a guide to kids. And there was also the famous 5, Leave Brexit Island.
I got one which is Finding Jesus. I got that for my Christian friend for Christmas. Secret Santa.
So, yeah, overall, I think it's quite a varied thing. But Dan, in something that relates to one of the previous podcasts, Dan
Hello.
messaged me. He listened to the Ghost podcast last night.
I did.
And he messaged me and was like, I have found some stuff about the Chislehurst Ghost. Because obviously I looked it up, but it was a very, very sort of vague...
Right, for
Look.
people who don't know what the Chislehurst Ghost is.
Go back and listen to the fucking podcast, you part-time bastard.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah,
I've
so
never
you're
heard
gonna have
it.
to tell us because obviously I can't remember.
I actually can't find the actual story that I was reading, which is a shame because otherwise I would be
So-
looking at the facts.
Effectively, I can't remember all of it, but there is... I think the bit that Dan pulled me up on was... I wouldn't even say pulled up, you were just pointing something out, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because Dan went more in depth than I did, and to be fair, if I do another podcast
Yeah, I went
on-
more in depth than you did an entire podcast in one paragraph.
The thing was, so basically there is a ghost, or a couple of ghosts of women in Chislehurst Caves.
Yes.
Um,
Hey, Ben, you might actually get a shot.
oh, wow. I think one of them was weeping by the lake.
Yes, I think you had mentioned, which is what brought it to my attention,
Yeah.
but in the podcast you had mentioned that she was drowned there, I think, by her husband
Something like that, yeah.
or something. And her ghost has been remaining there.
Is this in like a big building? Or
No, it's in,
No, it's in a
caves, you
cave.
dickhead.
in a cave?
Chislehurst Caves.
I've never been to Chislehurst.
Neither have I, although I want to go there and vlog. That'd be fucking
I want to
sick.
go to a haunted place, like a massive
So
mansion.
do I. Do you know
and-
what? Yeah, yeah.
in
I
the
need
middle
to
of the
do that.
night.
Yeah, boy.
I won't because I'm terrified of ghosts.
Steph wouldn't do that.
We'll bring
I'm a
Steph
bloody wimp.
as bait.
In Ghost
Just
Stories,
because I have tits.
yeah, exactly. In the ghost in horror films, they always go for the one with tits. You should
Yeah.
know this. Look
Do you
at
know why?
Scary
Because they're all perverts.
Look at Scary Movie.
Those films
That's a
are
brilliant
funny.
film. Sorry,
Beautiful.
Dan, continue before we get yelled at.
I have no idea what I was actually doing. But yeah, so she was drowned in the cave. And I don't know if it was just two people just for fun or if they was doing it for television or for a charity or something. But two people spent a night by the water that was in the lake. In the water that was in the cave. What?
He's eating.
Oh. I thought you were like
He's
laughing at
doing
me
a
or
typical
something.
girl pose, hiding half their face.
And they eat.
So
Understand those people.
so yeah.
Doritos face.
Hashtag not sponsored. Sorry, Daniel, continue.
So they spent a night there, and I think there were a couple of other people, like a fair amount back, just to keep an eye on them, and they heard screaming. And by the time help had come along, one of the people who was there out of the two had drowned in that water, with the other one with an arm missing, I think, and bleeding out, saying that his friend got dragged down by something. And I think there's been other investigations there, but nothing else has shown up since then. But his friend got dragged down by the water or something in the water. And there's been a fair few sightings around there of a woman.
Yeah.
Oh my
there as well.
gosh.
So if you want to die,
Go to
go to your house cave, spend the night there.
Yeah. So I think the thing is, right, is with the podcasts, with that podcast, me and Matt looked into it, but obviously because we were on quite a tight schedule, because obviously I have to stay up till quite early hours of the morning, so I think at that point it was 12:30 at night, and we ended up recording till about 2, if not 3, because we had technical difficulties. Which, I'm not being funny, I think might have genuinely been sorted out by spirit in my house, because I shit you not, keep in mind, my mum was upstairs in bed, so was my little brother, my dad was at work, and there was a figure moved down the end of the hallway.
I've got shivers.
And I'm not coming around your house again.
Oh no, it's fine, like, it wasn't...
Have you done a Ouija board?
No.
No, and the thing is, right, is I'm
We
gonna...
really should do a Luigi board.
Luigi board.
We'll have Mario on it. It'll be like
Peach.
Ghosts, Mario or Luigi. You know how to
Charlie,
decide.
Charlie, are you there? It's me, a Mario.
The ghost
Mario,
of
what the fuck are you
comes
doing
out.
here? But yeah, like, the thing is I am, as I've said in the podcast, I'm going to ignore these two, I'm quite interested in the old supernatural.
We'll do a second one, Kelsey.
But
This doesn't get edited, does it?
No.
Oops.
See, I'm very interested in more like myths and legends, like the Loch Ness monster, and like I'm quite fascinated by it because there's so many apparent sightings of said monster.
do you know what
Yeah,
I think
they can't
that is?
find it.
I think it's just a big fuck off tree.
Well,
Genuine.
it's just like floating around
Yeah,
down
genuinely,
there.
I think it's just a tree, or I think someone's created a hoax.
I just want to quickly. So obviously the listeners can't actually see. Maybe you can put this on at the end.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I will just read out the captions of the pictures here. A cage. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage in a cage. Nicolas Cage cage. Nicolas Cage in a Nicolas Cage cage. That's almost like crisp
Inception.
pine trees being out by Christmas. Crisp pine.
Also, what's the other one that I know? It's like the it's like Yetis and snowmen
Oh, I love
kind of
Yetis.
thing. And
My
you
mother
know,
was one.
so
Can you stop fucking stalking me, you fucking weirdo? Sorry.
Look at my group chats that Dan created.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
another drinking story very quick. Sorry, Steph, we'll let you carry on in a minute. Dan, in his inebriated state, shall we say, decided to send us
I was
some
fairly
videos and some
intoxicated,
pictures.
yes.
Some fuck me. Pictures and videos he had taken during the night, none of which will feature in the podcast because they feature people we haven't spoken to about being on the podcast.
and I look terrible in them.
I look fucked, to be honest. And
We're doing the can.
shut up, Ben. And instead of sending them in one group chat like a normal person would, Dan.
I made 87 group chats with
Dan-
one photo or video per chat.
And do you know what? I had to go through and save all of them down, and I have got them on my laptop, and they are fucking brilliant. Some of them. Maybe they will resurface one day.
I will be honest, I did group all of them together, then send them with one send button. And Facebook, which I to this day blame Facebook, not my alcoholism.
Everyone blames Facebook.
Exactly, I mean, there are a
Facebook stole our
bunch of-
data.
Yes.
GDPR is because of Facebook. 49
4
minutes,
hours.
and we've got a minute to wrap up.
Well, we don't have a minute. I mean,
I thought he was doing his stuff in there anyway.
yeah.
No, he's only sitting there while we finish there.
Can't we just shift stuff over to there?
We could, but we've got a minute to wrap up this part, and then
Okay, I can
Then
wrap
we
up
can
this.
just join them together, really, couldn't we?
I guess.
On there, and then just send you that one clip so Brad doesn't have to do the editing because, well,
Can't
I've got enough
edit.
to edit. I
Yeah.
can edit, thank you.
no, you can't.
Yes, I fucking can.
No, you can't.
Got 40 seconds.
Right, so there'll be a brief for a few seconds for you guys, just while we sort of shift out the room that is actually needed by someone.
We have to shift key.
We have to shift key out of here. But this is not the end of the podcast. There will be another part, which you will hear in a few seconds.
And if you are dumb enough to think that it is the end of the podcast,
fuck you don't deserve my channel,
you should just
you
wiggle
prick.
the mouse a little bit and realise you're only bloody halfway through. Is
Stop
the red line at the end yet?
Stop fucking not listening, you part-time prick.
And if you think this is bad, it's just going to get worse.
Stay tuned.
There are no breaks on the podcast train. We are coming back at you with more bullshit.
1.
Let's hit this. And we are back after a brief jump cut for you guys, which would have been a few seconds. For us, was about
half hour,
about 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I ended with bogeys, so maybe we should bogeys again.
Bogies.
Bogies!
bogeys.
Thank fuck this thing is soundproofed.
R.I.P. headphone users.
RIP headphone users.
I think I won the bogeyometer.
Yeah,
So
I missed Dick and Tom.
same.
I just missed a dick.
And on that note,
thank you for listening. No. Where were we?
I don't know. I can't remember.
No.
talking.
Yeah, we were just having a laugh.
Twaddle.
Yeah, it was. So I think, looking back at it, I think there are some more sort of vaguely amusing drinking stories. One that sticks out is at your 18th, where this is the first time I'd properly gone out drinking with you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because me and Dave had got lost, and coincidentally, the night before, I'd been round Steph's, and I'd been drinking again.
And we had a 3-hour
Don't
sesh.
say that.
3-hour sesh.
You popped a naughty sesh. Damn.
Great, now everyone knows
Well,
that.
no one knows what what we mean by sesh. And
They
if they
had
did,
sex.
then now they know.
Avoiding the police, smoking drugs, having fun.
Yes, Doc
Alright,
Brown,
Doc
man,
calm
legend.
down. So yeah, I'd been up to about, what was it, 2, 3 o'clock
Hey
drinking the
Ben,
night before,
very
Steph?
quickly, can you go la?
La.
Ben.
Steph.
La.
Okay, that's your one. Okay, you were just one. Okay.
Apologies for the random fluctuation.
Dentist is good night. Am I good?
Yeah, it's good. Don't worry.
It's called cheers, dentist.
Why am I dentist?
Sucks more blood than a backstreet dentist. Sorry.
Lord.
If anyone can guess what song that's from, good on you.
The Backstreet
heard
Boys?
No.
Never heard it.
No, it's
Of course you haven't.
you're an uncultured dickhead. That's why. So
Shots fired.
What happens on my birthday?
yeah, so obviously we're all drinking, having a laugh. I got halfway down my second pint of cider and thought, fuck me, mistakes have been made, because I've been up drinking till about 2 a.m. wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Doing shots and all kinds of stupid shit that you shouldn't probably do the night before going out drinking. So as well as getting lost on the way there
Yep.
with our mate
I
Dave.
remember
Dave. All right, Dave. We came back and we're like, right, let's do this shit. And at one, we were all getting really drunk, having a really good time. And then, for some reason, we all put our arms around each other, faced the old punters in the pub, and started chanting, "We're drunk and we know we are," at the top of our lungs.
I've got videos and audio of that. I'll stick them and get sent to you.
So you guys got thrown out, is what we're saying?
No, we didn't actually.
Wow.
Someone tried to chat the pub owner.
Was it Lewis by any chance?
I don't know.
Mind you, talking about people chatting up, that I think it's Bradley at Lucas's 18th.
Oh god, yeah. I still owe him 15 quid and I deleted him on Facebook and pop.
The funniest thing is he tried chatting up the barwoman, who was lovely, to be fair. Shout out to the barwoman. She, to be fair, was fine with us bringing in McDonald's to look after Lucas and whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, he was trying to chat her up and try and get like 6 bottles of cider or something. And obviously, she was like, "Mate, I can see you're pissed. I'm not serving you." And he was like, "All right." She was like, "I'll give you one." It's like, "No, how about 4?" And it was like, "Mate, she's going to give you one. Just shut the fuck up and leave the poor woman alone." Direct quote there. Yeah, it seems to be whenever, I mean, it's happened a few times, whenever we've got drunk, it goes one of two ways. We either just stand up taking the piss all night, or someone says something really, 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 really like upsetting, and then it goes really deep.
That's usually you.
Yeah, I was about to
Yes,
say,
because I'm
usually you.
normally the one who will go there. This is the thing, is I'm.
So that's what you're like when you're drunk.
Well, no, it's one of
You're going places, dude.
my argument is that I'm generally the only person who will stop trying to deep throat the mic. I will generally be the person
Ben,
who...
it suits you.
For fuck's sake, you two. You know, I'll normally be the person who sort of doesn't mind going there. Like, for me, at the end of the day, I don't care what part of my history...
I want to make a joke, but because this isn't going to be cut out, I can't.
I'm just worried about him seeing it.
Just do it.
Fuck off.
Or has it got the bad word in
No,
it?
it is. It's just personal.
Piss off, man.
Children behave.
So, like, the thing is when it goes deep, I tend to sort of be the one who doesn't care about my life experience getting out there, and I think at one point...
It doesn't matter if it goes deep.
Shut up, Dan. I think at some point we'll probably do a podcast where instead of it being quite a happy-go-lucky one, it'll be quite a deep one. Because obviously I've done a video on mental health on my channel before, and I think it'd be good to get other people's stories across. Ben, if you don't stop pissing about with that mic, I'm going to come around and bitch slap you.
Please do.
Ooh. I think
Again, for any ladies listening, Ben is a furry.
Please go around there and bitch slap him. I will video it for your channel, and you can put this bit right live. Okay, so you can sync this up now. You have to do some editing. Haha.
Very quickly, be back in a minute, viewers.
Listeners.
Listeners,
Listeners.
fuck off.
Well, it is viewers.
Can you do it though? Ooh, that wasn't a bitch slap.
Touch my nipple.
You know I'm going to make you edit this, don't you?
Damn, why am I filming this now?
So, no, I just think genuinely, like, sometimes the stuff does need to be said.
Yeah.
And the thing is with my, like, people I care about, I do get very, very passionate. And a good example of someone who is like me is the True Geordie. He did a video talking about the whole Logan Paul suicide forest thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if anyone else here has seen that video, but he got really, really, really upset.
I didn't see the video, but I just heard.
Yeah, well, he started
yeah.
crying during the video, and if you watch the True Geordie, you know he is this big fuck off, built like a brick shit ass bloke. Like, he doesn't take shit, and the reason he started crying is because he cares. It's the same with me. The reason I get so passionate, and in some cases so fucking annoyed with people, is because it's like I can see, through experiences I've had, I can see how people are fucking their lives up, or just acting like a complete tool. And that's why I get so angry or emotional. But I'd like to think that through saying what I've said and being who I am, that I've helped people sort of not turn their lives around, because I'll fuck off, am I that big-headed? But people have sorted out, you know, they've gone, no, you know what, fuck it. Someone else fucking say something, because it's getting really fucking awkward.
Right.
Happy birthday to you.
All I will say is that why did he even think that video was acceptable to film in the first place?
Because he's a view whore, effectively.
I know,
Clickbait.
but
No, yeah, that's it.
yeah, but still, that is a
There's two other
complete.
YouTubers
That is
that do that.
overstepping the mark, because people go there because, they want to die. But why would you go in there, film it, and then act like a complete plonker when you do find someone?
Also,
Views. It gets you talked about. It got him noticed. That's the thing, is he might have been getting slagged off, but it is a
look
fantastic.
at what PewDiePie is one of the biggest YouTubers. He doesn't need things, but he still
does thing. And I mean,
stupid things.
the thing with it is the thing is with PewDiePie. I think I like him as a. I'm not subscribed, but I think he's just at a stage now where he just doesn't care anymore. Like,
got
YouTube
enough
is a
money.
dying
Yeah.
platform. Let's be fair.
He's got enough money.
He's got enough money. Fucking hell, he's like, could basically be the king of Sweden. Let's face it, YouTube is a dying platform.
Yeah.
At the moment,
And
anyway.
that's why they're bringing out this YouTube Red or something, which is like a
YouTube Premium,
service. Yeah.
YouTube Reddit's a completely different site.
Yeah, that's died as well, to be honest, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But the thing with it is like, I don't agree. Obviously, I don't agree with what Logan Paul did, because fucking hell, I've been there myself. But
But it also gets people going to the woods and go, oh, this is where Logan Paul filmed it.
well, yeah, and that's the thing, is that's all.
It shouldn't be a tourist.
No, it
it
shouldn't, because
shouldn't.
that's where people go when
Yeah.
they feel they have no other option. And I think this is probably gonna. I think the next podcast should just be us talking about this kind of stuff, because I think it'd be a good podcast. I think it'd be a hard listening one as podcasts go, but at the same time, I think it'd be good to get sort of different points of view across. Yeah, overall though, I think the reason he did it was, look at the fucking view rates he got. Yes, he was getting a shit ton of hate, but he was on the YouTube trending page,
which is another fucking clusterfuck on its own. But he's earning, sort of millions of dollars just through doing that. Yes, it's shit, and he shouldn't do it, but from a business perspective, look at how much he's earned. It's ridiculous.
He's lost hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but
he's gained that. He's gained them in views, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, YouTube these days is just a bunch of view whores.
Thanks, Dan.
Well, the thing is...
Oh, yeah, we're on YouTube right now, aren't we?
Yep, well done.
Well, the thing is, right...
Oops.
The thing is, right, is that with YouTube, you're making videos because you like to make videos.
Yeah,
like,
my
I'm
YouTube
making
channel's-
videos.
My YouTube channel is just a hobby, you know. I upload whenever I want to upload.
Link in the description.
Yeah, I uploaded. Cheers. I uploaded the other day, but before that, the last video was like months ago, and I was just like, I'm a bit of clickbait, you know. I uploaded some opening titles for a TV show, and I downloaded BT Sports Farewell Berlin montage and uploaded that. And
Some of your
Gangnam
videos
Style on there.
videos get copyright struck though, and it's
And I used to sing on there, but I removed.
No.
Yeah, they're private now.
just
But you can.
So you
listen.
know you have my account for Tesco. You wanna trade?
I'll send you a link.
the thing with it is though.
I'll
Is,
download it and send it to you. You can put it in the video.
so at the end of the video, there'll be Dan's Tesco video.
It's already been played on Miskin.
Do you know what we should do? We should send Dan's Tesco video to Daz to react to it.
Fucking funny.
God.
But the thing with it, look,
Oh,
going
he's so good. You've got to
on
watch him. He's so
YouTube
funny.
wise, I've been doing this for 3 years now. Currently, I think 1 sub away from 100 subscribers. I've never had, in an ideal world, if I could make it big on YouTube, I'd fucking love to, because I feel that I give a certain different edge to the videos I do, whereas a lot of people censor themselves when doing the football vlogs. And I mean, I'm not calling anyone out here, but look at the other people who do match day vlogs. Look at the likes. Oh, the only person I give exception to is Jasper discussing on League, because he is like me. I feel like I corrupted him because he didn't swear before he did a video with me.
Aw.
Shout out. But no, people like Tunbridge Fan TV, Mark, brilliant lad, but he doesn't swear in his videos. I think another one, I don't know if anyone's here is familiar with Nathan Holt, does the absolute stuff.
To be honest, I'm not familiar with any of these
No,
people.
but the thing with it is...
I've seen there's this Mighty Dart 13 on there.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
familiar
heard-
with him.
I've heard he's a good-
I'm not really a fan of him.
No, I think it's a bit of a pleb, really.
Yeah, sports a crap team, but
And just for that, Dan and Ben are now excluded, so see you later, boys.
Okay, see ya.
see ya. We're off.
But the thing with it is I feel that I bring something different to the whole podcast, or to the whole football vlog thing, because I don't wait until after the match, until an hour after the match. I say my feelings at that point. So I take Bognor, last day of the last season, I was almost in tears because it hurt that bad.
3-all, wasn't it?
No, we won 3-1.
3-1.
No, 2-1, wasn't it? 2-1.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And oh god, are we going to be yelled at? Someone
No,
went.
they're going for tea. I think they went the other way.
They
Don't
went
worry.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry.
There's another person.
Couldn't edit it.
Yeah, isn't it?
It's a person.
But I think Ben agree with me on this, is that I do just sort of let my passions reign. So if I think something, I will just say it on the video.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes what you do say is quite funny when you look back at.
yeah, I'll admit that some of the stuff I've come out with. I mean, I think I've called one of the Chelmsford players a.
Chris Bush, maybe.
I won't repeat what I called him off camera.
Put the links in the description.
Yeah. The thing with it is, though, is I don't do this to get money and to
Just
go.
do it because it's a hobby.
I do it because at the end of the day, this is my honest to God reason, and I've only told you this before, is if I ever get to a stage where I have something like dementia, something that affects my ability to remember, every good moment I have, like at a football match, or even like mine and Steph's year anniversary to London Zoo.
That was amazing.
I want to be able to look back at and be like, oh, I don't remember this, but I know that I've done it because of this video. And the thing is I have people at Dartford come up to me now and go, oh, you're the bloke who does the videos. And even now I still get this little buzz off it. I mean, I can't...
It's just a little bit of fame, isn't it?
But it's not even... do you know what? I was known at Dartford before I started YouTube through my granddad. I mean, I don't know... I mean, you're from a slightly different perspective, from a filmmaker's...
Yeah, I did a lot of filmmaking on YouTube that I end up uploading, I think, weekly, three times a week. This was a few years ago. I essentially quit it in 2016 when everyone else there was just like making vlogs about
Just because they can.
So I did this today. I got on a car and I'm like, okay, I'm out. But from a filmmaking perspective, it's the idea of you're getting a story out there instead of looking back at.
Sorry.
Stop using noisy things.
Sorry, I'm trying to read this.
Well, so my speech is too boring that you want to read the rules of recording. But
I'm just interested, that's all.
From a filmmaker's perspective, I think on YouTube is you're getting a story out there. So you're not getting your life events out there or how you feel about something that's happening in your life, but it's a really good platform to be able to get a story out there that means something. Just before I had quit, my cousin and I had made a short film about suicide on there, and it had quite a big impact, I think, on a few different people who we had heard back and said, actually, this was quite helpful. Yeah. So it's a way to be able to tell stories and get stuff like that out there. And yeah, if I become like better than PewDiePie, then sure.
PewDiePie.
No, it's actually how you're meant to say it.
Yeah.
PewDiePie.
No, generally that's how
PewDiePie.
Get out.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind, you know, the money would be great, but and the views would be great.
Would it,
and
nice?
damn, then I move into like IB.
Our videos would get fucking demonetised like that, right?
Yeah, that's true. But
well,
you still get your story out there.
Yeah.
That's Walt Disney style. Walt Disney had 2 setbacks before he became
that, and he was something to do with, you know, or he had.
Can we just do a shout out to Walt Disney?
Shout out to Walt Disney. Bambi.
Yeah, because he made my childhood.
Cheers, Walt.
Cheers,
even though he died before I was born, I think.
He was only
Shout out to
61.
my favourite pixie.
Yeah,
tints.
way before I was born.
But no, the thing with it is
shout out to my tink tink.
You know, like, I
Tinker.
think, Steph, as someone who's just starting YouTube, obviously you've seen the struggles I've gone through in recent months.
Well, the thing is, I don't, and it sounds really bad for me, but I've only just started looking at views. And bear in mind, my first video only went out, 3 to 4 weeks ago. I've already got 32 views.
Yeah, which is good.
Which is actually quite good, because obviously I was frightened that I wouldn't even get 1 view, let alone 32.
Oh no, you would have definitely got 1 view.
And I thought,
You would have watched it back yourself.
All right, you would have at least got 3 or 4 views, because I would have watched it, made him watch it, made dad watch it.
yeah, but basically, and I typed in Neil's Yard into the search bar on YouTube, and I think my video is like the 30th video when you scroll down.
It does come up.
So it does come up, so which is good. So if I get more views, then it might go up in that sense. So, yeah.
And the thing with it is, right, I mean, Steph saw me when I was at my lowest, when I was having to edit, I can't remember what vlog it was, but we had Daft played crap that day, on top of me already feeling crap. This is when I was injured at the start of the year. And I had to edit through a football vlog. And I rang Steph actually in tears, like, I can do this. Like, I couldn't cope because I was being stopped from doing what I love. And at the end, I sort of just sat there and went, I can't be bothered with YouTube. Why the fuck am I bothering?
I took you out
and
of
Steph
quitting.
basically just, well, Jasper said as well, like, at the end of the day, they both sort of said the same thing. They were like, look, at the end of the day, you've never done this for fame. You've done this because it's what you're passionate about. I love making the videos. Yeah, all right, I'll admit they're crap. You know, they have shitty jump cuts in them, and quite frankly, the fucking audio and the video quality is dog shit sometimes. But I still have people come over and be like, mate, the fact that you do those videos means the world to us, because I say what people are thinking. Like, I will just say, if I think a player's playing like crap,
Yeah,
I'll come out and say it. Like, I will call out our players. I have done before. In fact, Tom Bonner was one of them. I turned around and I went, Bonner, I love the guy. He's a great player. Frankly, I think he's been shit. You know, but it's difficult sometimes, especially when you're trying to do it, because you see all these massive YouTubers. You know, True Geordie recently hit 1 million subscribers. PewDiePie basically got half the world subscribed to him. You know, even in my own community, I look at people. Nathan Holt, 3,000 subscribers. Jasper, I think, has over 200.
I've got like 133.
Exactly. Like, I'm sitting here at under 100, and I've been doing this for years. No one's been as consistent as I am. Because I get at least 1 video out a week, if not 2.
There's dedication, man.
But the thing is, I've been doing it for a year. Or not a year, sorry. 3 months. 3 years, sorry.
3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I've uploaded 247 videos in that time.
I've uploaded about 150 on and off.
I've uploaded
Exactly.
0.
But that's the thing, is you have to just... It is quality over quantity, but I feel that I will not post a video if I'm not 100% happy with it. Put it this way, for the charity match, the original video was 54 minutes long. I edited it down to half an hour. and commentated over the top of it. And I'll be honest, right, that was the hardest thing to do because, as people will probably guess, I wasn't best pleased after the charity match, and I think none of these guys were either.
No.
Yeah, you probably just want to put it back in your mind.
The other team were a bunch of plebs.
Yeah, it's being polite. And although, to be fair, I'll give them that, they did offer me to go on for them. Because obviously I played 5 minutes. And the thing is I came on, and people are going to see this as me being big-headed, but I applauded people as I came on. I kid you not, about 20 people there watching me, including my mum and dad, Steph's dad, Steph's nan, your mum, your mum.
Adopted mum.
The adopted
Our mother.
Yeah, like, I had people there, and do you know what? I don't care that I played 5 minutes. The reason I applauded as I came on was because...
to thank them for coming.
Exactly, I don't care that I played 5 minutes. I came on and I ran my socks off. I didn't stop running. I was like, no, do you know what? I'm going for this. And I think the thing is with it is I look at it, and, you know, obviously, this is why I started YouTube, is to do stuff like this, to just sit here with my mates and just make crap. Like, we've chatted shit in this podcast, frankly.
Yeah, we have.
well,
We've just chatted complete waffle, made a few inappropriate jokes, and just thought, fuck it, why not?
No. Going back.
Speaking of inappropriate jokes,
It's not bad.
Ben,
Yeah.
that was a joke.
But no, going back to what I said about myths and legends earlier, is that I don't know whether you guys have seen it, but on YouTube there's like a small documentary about mermaids, and it is a hoax. I'm not gonna lie, it is 100% a hoax, but I just find it fascinating still. So I will watch it back over and over again because it's actually just really fascinating. Like the theory that they actually exist is actually quite astonishing, and how they've actually come up with a real theory of how they like do exist. So I just love it.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing is, like, with you, obviously you do your Neil's Yard, and
Yeah.
with the myths and the legends and such. I personally think that if the four of us were to start a channel together and just do shit like this,
What would we call this channel name?
The 4 plebs.
fuck ups United.
There we go,
Yeah.
we got it.
At least we got United, half of Welling.
Oh, God.
Fuck off.
Or we call it
3D1W.
I like that, to be fair.
Thanks.
Shout out.
3D1W. 3 Dartford, 1 Welling.
Hey,
or
Oh.
my man.
2D, 2W. Welling.
no Dartford.
Good girl.
No one else is
Tell her
on
well.
your side, Ben.
Well, result we am the other way, though.
But look, in all seriousness, right, the podcast we do, the next podcast the four of us will do, will probably be one about talking about mental health. I will say this now, it will not be an easy podcast to listen to the extent I probably won't listen to it back.
I'll bring tissues.
They're going to be needed. I probably won't listen to the podcast back. I will upload it and just leave it at that, because it will be a really tough thing for all of us, not just myself, but Dan's got his story, Ben's got his, even Steph's got hers. And I think it, in some ways, it'd do us good to get out there, because at the end of the day, bottling shit up never fucking helps.
No, it doesn't.
But, you know, at the end of the day, I put a video out on my first few weeks of YouTube talking about my mental health story and was expecting to get fucking shit canned for it.
Oh, God.
And no one did. Every comment, you read through it, every single comment is really supportive. And this is from people I don't know. And they've said, listen, mate, at the end of the day, fucking hell, it takes some bollocks to get it out there. And, look, long and short of it, if I'm not happy with putting something on YouTube, I won't do it. There's been clips of me and Steph that I've cut out. There's been clips of football vlogs that I've cut out before because I wasn't 100% happy. The one thing I will always be on my channel is 100% honest.
Yeah.
I will be honest completely about what I think. And rightly or wrongly sometimes, because there's been times that, I mean, one example is I slagged off Gemma Collins, which, before I carry on, everyone's opinions on Gemma Collins.
I just find her vain, shallow, and just all around. She's just so up herself, and I just don't. Obviously, I understand self-confidence. What I don't understand is why you have to almost go out, like, overdo it, because being confident, like just confident, is enough. You don't need to be overly confident to be liked by people.
Come back to me, I'm Googling her.
Okay.
Oh, look, Google.
Yeah, I have no idea who she is, so I don't care.
Fair enough. No, the thing is I have been pulled up before, and I did get someone comment.
Oh, she's in Pitch Perfect, isn't she?
No, she
No,
isn't.
she's not.
Did she?
No, she's
She's the fat bird from yeah. She's the fat bird from Tower.
Who's the one in Pitch Perfect?
I'm googling
That's
Fat Bird from
Amy.
Towie and
Her
see
name's
if
Amy
see what comes up.
something.
Oh. Is she like Katie Hopkins then?
I will give it to her. She's nicer than Katie Hopkins.
Which, not by a lot, to be fair.
But she is very like.
Yeah, actually has.
What's she doing? She's
Oh, her!
She's
Yeah.
she's
She
one who
does
gets
come up.
vajazzles and all that.
Jazzles.
Yeah,
What's that?
when you get stuff done to your
Lady Garden.
lady garden to make it prettier.
Oh, right.
Supposedly.
I get that done all the time.
Yeah.
I don't need a vajazzle.
No, she doesn't.
I really don't.
Perfect as it is.
Well, not only that, but I couldn't go through that. One, it's one of the most awkward positions to be in with someone who you're not like sexually intimate with, and another thing.
Well, I guess we're off for the deep part of the podcast now, guys.
And another thing, right? Why would I let a doctor like fiddle around and?
Why would you let a doctor do it when her
weird
boyfriend did
stuff
do
to
it?
my family.
Exactly. Why have a doctor when you could have a boyfriend?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who does it just as well, if not better?
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad, if you're listening to this, by the way, mate.
Or if you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, then why not let a doctor do it, you know?
Or let Dan do it. His prices are very reasonable. Look.
Tinder's still open.
His Tinder is still on.
Taking it sort of back a step for a minute, though, going back to the deep things, I know we've got to pack up. Fucking hell. You can bugger off if you want. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, no, hang on, no, he can't. He needs his stick. Well, hey. During the week, obviously, Barry Chuckle died. So.
R.I.P. Barry Chuggle. There's no more to you to me.
In all seriousness, a part of all of our childhoods, I'd
I
say.
literally, as soon as I woke up and I was like,
I think I was one of the first people out of our social group to retweet it.
I saw it on Facebook and it was
Yeah.
literally breaking news. It was like shared on Facebook 2 minutes before. I was like,
Shit.
is it worth it? Like, I literally, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was like, is it worth getting up? And then I thought, you know what? I was on holiday and we weren't doing anything luckily that day, so I just spent the whole day watching Chuckle Vision.
I love Chuckle
The thing with it
Vision.
is
Hold up, so you went to Portugal and just
watch
watched
Chuckle Vision.
Yeah.
He didn't meet some sexy Portugal babe. He just sat
I had
at
some
home.
Portuguese tarts though.
They had
Whenever
very
you
soggy
say
bottoms.
that, I'm gonna think something
No one's going to
completely
have heard that, are
different.
they?
Soggy bottoms.
Soggy bottoms. But no, in all seriousness.
Soggy bottoms. Soggy bottoms.
I do know a Portuguese girl though.
Yeah, she unmatched you on Tinder, though.
No. She lives local
Yes.
and
We got back on the deep end again.
You're fucking moaning at me for not. You're telling me to wrap this up. I'm trying to sort of segue towards the end, and you're like, I met a Portuguese bird.
Well, look, Lucas introduced me to her,
No, for fuck's
and she just passed her driving test, and Lucas said her driving was shit.
Well,
Fucking pot calling kettle. Bloody hell. Can he even drive a car?
No.
I think you two should get together and drive.
No.
We did meet
Well,
a few
they're
weeks
both
ago.
shit drivers.
We did meet a few months ago.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Because I need to live to college and I broke my ankle. I just want to get an Uber.
Oh my god.
But no, very. I guess, obviously, I know he's. Well, you know, he's up in heaven looking down at us. I just want to say, honestly, mate, thank you for making part of childhood, you know.
He didn't tell his agents or Paul or family because he wanted to carry on going for as long as possible.
Exactly, and I think that's. It's in some ways, it's the same as Bruce Forsyth. Bruce Forsyth?
Forsyth. Yeah.
Forsyth.
And Bowie.
Before he went. Yeah, none of
Yeah.
them, they kept it quiet because they wanted
Bowie's
to.
song was literally written. If you listen to the lyrics carefully, Lazarus was written about.
Him dying.
Yeah.
The
Because he
thing-
knew he was gonna die.
And it was released the day he died as well.
Yeah.
The thing with it is if you look at it, every one of his things, Robin Williams even.
Yeah.
Now, he was one of the greatest comedic actors of all time.
He is the childhood.
He is, in so many ways. Like, Flubber is one of my favourite films.
And Genie and Aladdin.
And
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes, Doubtfire.
Classic film. If you say you've not seen that, I'm going to throw my shoe at
I've
you.
never seen Mrs. Doubtfire, but I've seen that museum.
I'm going to fucking kill you.
Oh, what's one? Good Morning Vietnam. That's a
That's
good
a fucking
one.
brilliant one. But the thing is they all. You must always, you know, the phrase is always leave them wanting more. I
Yeah.
don't think any of them have done that. I think they've gone out at the top of their game.
Yeah.
I think they've gone, do you know what? I don't want the fans to sit there and feel pity for me. Fuck it, let's go out and give them what they want.
Yeah.
And all I will say is look, at the end of the day, whatever happens, and I know that I'll be honest, I can't remember what the Chuckle Brothers' real name is. Ben.
Elliot.
Thank you. They will never hear this. But I just want to say, honestly, to the both of them, Paul and Barry, thank you for making our childhoods fucking memorable. Because without that, to me, to you, was iconic.
It was.
And their brothers were also in it.
Yeah.
What was it? No Slacking and Snap Up and Get Out of It.
Yeah.
Both. Yeah.
They are fantastic.
We will remember them
We will.
always.
We will. Anyway, on to for the final few minutes, we'll go sort of slightly more positive because we've gone very deep again.
Yeah.
We'll save that for the next podcast.
We've
Overall,
gone deep for their love.
Uh-huh.
Deep for Shazwa.
also, shout out, remembrance for Paul Walker. Paul. No, I'm just going to say what I've done, but still.
I'm
Yeah.
not watching, so.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Fuck off, Dan.
Neither have I.
Ben.
I've never seen
Fuck
Fast
you.
and Furious.
Oh, for fuck's sake, get out.
Wait, what?
I've never
Well,
seen
neither
Fast
have
and
I.
Neither have I. It's fine.
No, it's alright, none of you know what I'm talking about.
Furious. Do you know who Paul Walker is, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know who he
so
is. We just never seen Fast and
obviously-
Furious.
Yeah, I watched
What
10
would-
minutes of Fast and Furious 8 and I was like, nope.
What would we say was the best? What would you say the best ever? On a light note, Robin Williams. Sorry. What would you say the funniest thing he's ever done or said in a film was?
I've only seen him in like a museum.
Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, but it has to be the hello in
Mrs.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Every time it says, "Oh, hello, dear,"
Yeah,
in Mrs.
yeah,
Doubtfire, it's just so
I
good.
just love the bit where the wife's husband or boyfriend, sorry, is stood out there, and she's like, waits for him to go in and just goes. And just sticks her middle finger up him, and she also pulls off his Merc hood ornament, which is fucking funny.
And can we just say thank you to Disney again for putting Robin Williams as the genie as
Yeah.
Aladdin, because Genie in Aladdin is another iconic Disney character.
Yeah. So Dan.
I like the bit where he was on that show.
Cheers.
Thank you.
He was just on that show.
He was on a
Existent.
horse in like the museum and rode around, and I think in one of at the end of one of the films he said some speech, but it was quite. I remember it had an effect on me, but I can't remember exactly what the speech
Yeah, no.
was.
But look, at the end of the day, entertainers come and go, but there are a few that every generation really stick.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to end the podcast, I think everyone, if you could just join me in a minute of silence for Barry Chuckle and anyone else who's lost their lives this year. I've got to figure out how the fuck I can tell it's been a minute. So bear with me.
Someone's timing. Don't worry, I think Dan's.
No, that's alright, don't worry, I can read off there. It's all good. No, you don't need 20 minutes, it's 1 minute, mate.
20 minutes silence. Starting
Now. As Dan's phone
That is
sounded
very
like
creepy.
Is that Shrek?
No, it sounded like the Thimbles.
Like
But
Shreking over.
very quickly though, Ben, shut up because you're the one who wants to get out of it.
yeah, very quickly, Ben, shut up.
Right. We look at it, right. Thank you for listening today. thank you to Dan, Steph and Ben for all appearing. As we've said, the next podcast the four of us do together will be about talking about our stories, our dealings with mental health. It will not be an easy listen, but I think it will help a lot of us to get our stories out there.
Yeah.
And
hopefully help people who are listening.
Exactly, and look, to anyone who needs it, there are people out there who will help you. Like, don't ever think you're alone, because you're really not. Like, there are people out there who will sit there, and I mean, I do it for this, like, I'll sit there and I will listen till the fucking cows come home. And I'm always there, unless they call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, then I answer the phone and tell them to fuck off.
Or when me and Grant are having some us time.
I'm glad you said us time there.
Well, instead of sesh. Stop abusing your podcast guests.
So yeah.
Ben, if you could just say these comments in future, because you're right next to Grant. So
What? Sesh?
Sex.
They had.
Oh, what?
Sex.
Anyway, to finish off the podcast, following on afterwards will be 2 videos. One of them will be Dan's
singing
Sorry,
Tesco.
Dan. One of them will be Dan's Tesco video,
Oh God, no.
and the other one will be what am I putting on for Ben?
The most embarrassing one.
So, please send me your most embarrassing.
Okay.
Cool.
Be him like top.
Oh no,
singing
wasn't
Barbie
it?
girl or
Wasn't it
something.
the my drink, my birthday? We were all chanting
Have
with.
you got video evidence of that?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, send that one. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. As I've said, I'm 1 sub off 100 at the moment, so if we can get me there, that would be fantastic. As I've said, thanks for everyone for appearing. Yeah, all the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.
I got it from the Tesco. Tesco. I feel down, I wear a frown. I need some candy, and I need it now. I'm on my way, cruising the street. You come with me, you'll get a treat. My name is D.A.M. Put that rapper in the bin. I've been searching for my sushi from Miami to the land. Oh, I go to Asia from Miami to Malaysia. Find no sushi, need Japan. There no sushi, I'll see you later. Hold up, wait a minute. Are we just ripping off another artist? Buy me soda, turn up louder. Do you think YG will be happy with this? How you like us now? 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 Hey, where'd you get that candy from? Where'd you get that candy from? Where'd you get that candy from? I got it from the Tesco. I got it from the Tesco. I got it, got it. Hey, where'd you get that candy from? I got it from the Tesco. I got it from the Tesco. I got it, got it. Hey, where'd you get that candy from? I got it from the Tesco, Tesco, Tesco. Walmart. When I'm higher, start a fire. I need more sushi, I am a buyer. Don't be a liar, or I will hire some more assassins, you will expire. Yes, hold up, wait a minute. What the fuck are we doing? Who gives a shit? Close in an hour. But on and good day. Oh, how you like time now? How you like time now? Don't found me now. Don't found me now. Hey, where'd you get that sushi from? Where'd you get that sushi from? Where'd you get that sushi from? I got it from the Tesco. I got it from the Tesco. I got it, got it. Hey, where'd you get that sushi from? I got it from the Tesco. I got it from the Tesco. I got it, got it. Hey, where'd you get that sushi from? I got it from the
Tesco, 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 Tesco. They got it from the Walmart, Walmart. Listen, Jack Cohen was an Iron Man. He invented Tesco with Superman. Sushi and candy was his #1 plan. Honey, I was boss. Hey, shut up, Dan. Kabooey.